In the east, there's a mist coming in, like something is brewing, about to begin.
It's the themes of Mary Poppins is about family, and it's about connection and love, and that's what happens at Christmas. Family comes together, and sure, you're reminded of how how family can sometimes be draining and exhausting and all of those things. But it's Christmas time is to bring your family together. In this show, I'm sometimes a narrator as well as being part of the magic and being part of the story. So I'm quite a big connection in helping this story move along. But I'm a part of the adventures too, and I have Bert has many lessons to teach the children. There's a nice chemistry between him and Mary as well. It's clear that they've had history, but what is that history? And it's sort of left open to interpretation a little bit. I play it as, I've just got a massive crush on Mary Poppins, and I think she's delightful. Bert is such a satisfying character to play. He's a joyful character, but, I not only have to act and sing, but from a dance perspective, you need to be quite well-rounded, and I get to tap dance and, upside down. So it's fun to be part of a show that really asks everything of you, yeah. So, that's why I'm not going to try and mimic a Dick Van Dyke performance, because that can't be done. But, I'm going to deliver, pay tribute to his version of Bert, while also keeping it fresh and making sure that I'm bringing something new to the character also. Yeah, it's what I started doing first. I had the typical story of having older sisters, and they danced before me, and that's what sort of inspired me. But I started dancing when I was 3 years of age, and I don't ever remember making a decision to do it. I've seen video footage of me in a nappy dancing and looking quite coordinated. So I think it was just written in the stars for me to be doing what I'm doing. So I've never wanted to do anything else. Myself and Stephanie Jones, who plays Mary Poppins, we're both Australian, and we did Mary Poppins back in Australia in 2022 and 2023. We toured all around Australia, and then we thought our time was done, and that we were finished, and, it was all emotional. And then after the show closed, maybe about 3 or 4 weeks later, we both got contacted by Cameron Mackintosh to see if we'd be interested in coming over to the UK to reprise the roles in the UK tour. And we're just like, yes, I would love to. Because I just felt like I wasn't done yet. I wanted to keep being part of the show. And so that's what brought me over. So now I'm well over 800 shows now. And I first saw the show when it first came to Australia back in, I think it was 2009 or 10. And I was doing Hairspray at the time. And I remember seeing that show and just going, oh, what a magical show. And I thought I'd love to be a part of it, but for some reason, I never really thought it was on the cards for me. I don't know why, but timing worked out. I was at the right age, and the show came back, and now it's been a part of my life for the past 4.5 years. I spent Christmas last year also away from my family, but thankfully Steph had her family come over, and I joined their Christmas, which was nice. And so I don't know what I'm going to do for this Christmas in Wales. I'll see what some of the cast members are doing, because on the road and when you're touring, the cast ends up becoming your family away from home, because it's too much for my sisters, and they've got kids now and stuff to come all the way over to the UK. But they saw me do the show in Australia, so so it's not like they haven't seen me do it. But so we'll see what happens this Christmas. Australia, we have a lot of more new theatres, nothing as old as the UK, and so it's really nice to be playing this show in such old theatres, and they can be quite intimate. Some are quite big, and some are quite new as well. But it's just, it's been great to see the UK and what each little destination has to offer. While we do 8 shows a week and sometimes 9, there's not always a lot of time, or do I have a lot of energy to roam about constantly. But I definitely will in Wales over this Christmas, and make sure I see as much as I possibly can. It's crazy in the way that, because what we do is so repetitive, and so it becomes a bit of a Groundhog Day scenario, which, happens for most people with their jobs, if there's not a lot of variety. But, we're literally saying the exact same thing and doing the exact same thing every single time. And so over time, because we've been touring for over a year now here in the UK, sometimes you can get into a bit of a monotonous sort of autopilot mode, which is always a really sort of challenging thing to try and break and to make sure it doesn't happen, because you want to be able to keep it fresh. But what has actually helped is moving from city to city in this tour. We've been in each place roughly 4 to 6 weeks max, and so just hopping and going to a new theatre each time re-energizes you, and you get different audiences each time. And so it's really the audiences that help us keep it fresh and make it feel like it's not exactly like I'm reliving the same day over and over again. Yeah, and there's some big fans of Mary Poppins, and it's just got such a huge following, and even more so than what Steph and I experienced back home in Australia. We can really see how deeply people connect with this show, and it's also just great to see a whole new generation of kids at stage door, loving it, and also hearing them possibly sing in the audience, or singing supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, because it's what I grew up watching, and so it's lovely just to see a whole new generation also loving it. It's a really lovely company. We all get along really well, and everyone works really hard, and it's a bit of a dream show to be a part of. Because, sometimes in this biz, there can be so many egos clashing left, right, and centre, but not at Cherry Tree Lane, and not in this tour. So it's a real delight. It's quite a spectacle, and I think that catches a lot of people off guard, especially the way the house moves and spins and opens up. It's almost like a storybook, like a picture book just opening up before your very eyes. And then not just the set, but even you're seeing magic happen in front of your eyes. You're seeing it live, and all this sleight of hand and flying and dancing upside down. It is quite the spectacle and quite gobsmacking.